I would argue that a 3D printer is Filmmaker's best friend, and I already made a video about my old 3D printer, but I recently upgraded to the Bambu Lab's P1S, and boy, what an upgrade. In this video, I will try to continue to prove my point that a 3D printer can be a real valuable asset in your filmmaking toolbox. And of course, this is not a sponsored video by any means, this is just my own opinion. So here it is, the Bambu Labs P1S. It's really cool, it's really fast compared to my other 3D printer. I had the Creality 3 Pro, I believe, and that was a great starter 3D printer. But this is much more, you know, streamlined and a lot easier workflow. For example, there's an app here. I can go in and check all the stats here on my 3D printer. I can start and stop. I can even watch a live stream from the print via the camera up here in the corner. So that's perfect when you want to go out and do stuff. You don't want to sit here at home supervising the print. So you can just bring your phone and, you know, follow along from remote. Very, very cool. So, okay, let's start with our first print here. This is the Amaran 25C lights. I bought 2 of these, and these lights come with these mounts that look like this, but I hate these mounts. Sure, it's a cool thing that these are magnetic here, but I wanted to try to make a half joke because they only have 1/4 inch here on the top. So what I did was I jumped into Fusion and voila, here we have a half joke that I can attach here on the top with a bolt, screw, and here we can just attach this whole contraption to a light stand. So now I can get rid of these small mounts, and working the light with a half joke like this is actually much more comfortable than having to deal with this flimsy little brackets, mount, whatever you want to call it. From my latest short film, From Our Hands, I wanted to use an auto pole across my room like this. But I was missing like just a little piece to make that work. It was just a little bit shorter for this room. So what I did the day before, I actually jumped into Fusion and just did this simple cylinder, and I filled it up with plastic so that it could support the weight and the pressure from the auto pole. So I just attached this to the end, and then the feet of the auto pole went in here. And now, just like that, I can use my auto pole here in my living room. On my camera rig, I have this D-tap splitter, but I never really found a place to put this splitter on my A7S III rig. It's always dangling around. So what I did was, I printed this simple cheese plate where I can attach my D-tap splitter right here, and then this whole plate goes on to the back of my batteries, also with Velcro, and then, you know, you just hook it up in here, and just like that, you have a nice place for your D-tap splitter. And if you look closely here, these are not just holes, these are tapped holes with 1/4 inch, so you can attach pretty much whatever you want. Of course, you're gonna be a little bit careful not to put any weight on this plastic, because that will not end well. But, you know, for smaller things like wireless transmitters, maybe a small arm, a microphone, something like that, that will be perfect for these plastic holes, plastic threads. So now all my V-mount batteries have these Velcro, so I can just quickly swap out my battery, get a new one, and just pop this one in and continue to shoot. Okay, so this is a little bit the filmmaking unrelated, but I still want to show this because so you just can get a feel for what you can do with a 3D printer. This is a control panel for MIDI and music making, and I actually used it with my phone. So I wanted to make a small extension here that I attached through these access points with the screws, and I also made this hollow so I can put a USB hub here. And here's just a cold shoe mount, so I can grab one of these standard phone holders and just put this in here like so. If you just can find the slot and just tighten it down, And now I can have my phone here, and just like that, I have something completely custom just for me and how I want to work. I mean, 3D printer is amazing. Okay, so the last unrelated 3D printed part, this is just a simple holder for my MetaQuest 3 handles, controllers. In a 3D printer, you can do something called print in place. And this is a good example what that means. Check this out. These are gears that is printed inside of this clamp. And this is actually working just fine. I'm twisting this knob and the gears are turning, opening up this clamp. Just imagine what you can do with a 3D printer. Of course, I gotta show my tripod dolly cart. This is also with 3D printed parts here, the angles and the feet receptors. And then also the wheels here has been printed with TPU material, so it's soft and can ride smooth across the floor. I actually have other videos regarding this card. If you're interested, I'll leave a link here somewhere. You can print something simple like this, a protective cap for your camera body, or maybe a lens cap for your lens. So the key takeaway here is that a 3D printer is perfect for those situations where you want to make something custom. For example, I had an idea to print these custom storage boxes to use in my cabinet here, but I quickly discovered that that would cost me like $4 per storage box. So I asked myself, why not just go out to my local hardware store and buy, you know, 4 storage boxes for $4. I mean, sometimes you just need to be a little bit more cost aware when it comes to 3D printing. So once again, it's perfect for custom stuff. If you learn a little bit of Fusion or Tinkercad or something like that, you can do lots of cool stuff. And I think it can really help you in your filmmaking journey.